one important factor of our planet and understanding more about other planets is magnetic fields. So we'll tell you a little bit about the Earth's magnetic field. The Earth's magnetic field, its main importance, and you can kind of see it in this artist drawing, is that it's generated as magnetic field lines come out from one pole and into the other. So essentially what it does is it creates this great big donut around the Earth with kind of a hole in the North and South Pole. And what it does is the sun's radiation hits this magnetic field and for the most part is deflected around us. So we are protected from charged particles and radiation from the sun. Although some of it does get in the weak points of the donut here. What it doesn't protect us from? Meteors. Our atmosphere protects us from a lot of those. It burns up a tremendous amount of meteoric material every single day. Magnetic field doesn't stop those. Only stops radiation from the sun, charged particles. What causes this is the fact that the Earth has a metallic core, and that metallic core is surrounded by a liquid metallic core. The Earth spins. That spinning causes those two cores to move around each other, creates what we call a dynamo effect, and so that creates our magnetic field. Because the Earth spins fast, because it has a metallic core, it generates a magnetic field. If we put a magnetometer on a spacecraft, fly it by a planet, and detect a magnetic field, what might that tell us? It can tell us that that planet, like ours, is tectonically active. And it might be because it's a young planet, because it still has heat in the interior so the plates can move on the surface. And we can know that just by detecting a magnetic field. Don't even have to land on the planet. This is your regular magnet to kind of show you the same example of how field lines form. You can see them coming out and then back in. These field lines demonstrated in this simple iron filings and the magnet here. So what happens? How can we be affected by charged particles and radiation coming from the sun? There's a number of ways. The Earth's magnetic field, it has been shown, is very important to animal migration patterns. There are things like sharks, whales, turtles that can navigate the ocean, and even birds because of this being able to detect the Earth's magnetic field. Now, what happens in large events, mostly what we're talking about in this case is solar flares that send a large amount of charged particles to the Earth. Well, they can cause power outages, and we saw this in Quebec in 1989 when over 1 million people lost power due to a solar flare. You can have radio or cell phone difficulty or loss. Spacecraft can be damaged. Satellites can be damaged. They often put them in a safe mode when they know a large solar flare is directed towards the Earth. And astronauts can be exposed to excessive amounts of radiation, so they try to keep them in the spacecraft during these events. And then also there's auroras, which you know as northern lights, which are right here. These are caused when those charged particles get into the holes in the donut of the magnetic field, and they excite gases in our atmosphere, and then they give off a variety of colors depending on which gases were excited. So magnetic fields are important in our understanding about planets, and they also keep us alive on this planet because they block out so much radiation.